Hey guys, it's Monday, it's the start of another week, and I am so excited to continue this journey where I get to share the tips and tricks that I learned as a pro runner for 12 years and a competitive runner for 20 with you guys. Last week was awesome. I ran my first 100 meters and hit a huge milestone, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you for those of you who subscribe to this channel. For those of you who are new to this channel, I'm Nick Symmonds, two-time Olympian, CEO of Run Gum, and I love to share my running knowledge with you guys. So today I want to talk about something different. I want to talk about how I built my team when I ran professionally. Every single Olympian that you see on the track doesn't get there by themselves. They have a huge team of people propping them up and supporting their dreams. And I'm no different. I had a massive, massive team cheering me along the way, and I couldn't have done it without them. So I'm going to give them a little credit today and also tell you just how we built that team. You know, the average pro career might be a couple years in length. Mine was 12 years. I can't take much of the credit for that. This was the incredible team that I had supporting me along the way. So I'm going to make it as a pyramid because I think that does a good job illustrating exactly what we were building. Now, at the base of every pyramid is your foundation, and this foundation has to be rock solid. My foundation and most people's foundation are made up of their family and friends. Now, this piece is often overlooked, but it is so critical when you're building out your team. When you have a great race, these are the people that you're going to be celebrating with. When you have a bad race, these are the people that are going to be picking you up, cheering you on, and reminding you that there's another race just around the corner that you need to train for. Now, this next one, not quite as important for you amateur athletes, but very, very important for professionals. You've got your agent and your sponsors. Don't try to train for an Olympic team if you don't have these pieces in place. I know that there are people, blue-collar workers out there that are able to do it. My hat goes off to you guys. Trying to train for an Olympic team costs an incredible amount of money. And if you don't have these pieces in place, you're just spinning your wheels. My agent was a guy by the name of Chris Lane, arguably the best agent in the game. Total Sports Management, if you want to check them out. He was my agent from day one all the way to the day I retired. I love him like a brother. That was my agent. Sponsors, I had many over the course of my career, but my two primary sponsors were Nike and then Brooks Running at the end of my career. So you got to have that piece in place. The next one I'll talk about is broken into kind of 4 different categories. And these are really more of like the coaches that are in your corner. You've got your head coach, and for me, in that role, it was initially a guy by the name of Frank Gagliano. He coached me to a sub 4-minute mile. He got me on the 2008 Olympic team. He's the godfather of track and field. I loved him like a grandpa, and I couldn't have done it without him. When he retired from OTC, I actually started running for a guy by the name of Mark Rowland, and Mark took my career to another level. We won more U.S. titles, made the 2012 Olympic team, ran 142.9 for 800 meters, and we also were ranked number 2 in 2013 when I won my world silver medal. So I finished out my career actually running for a guy by the name of Danny Mackey. We learned a ton together, won my 6th USA outdoor title, a great friend of mine, but that's who held that position for me for the majority of my career. These other 3 spots here are reserved for other coaches. You know, if you're a multi-sport athlete, you might have half a dozen coaches. I had a lifting coach by the name of Jimmy Radcliffe, and this guy makes fast people faster and strong people stronger, and truly he transformed me as an athlete from kind of an average athlete to a world-class athlete, mostly through lifting and functional dynamic drills that we did. You've also got your physio, a medical team. And this is a very, very important piece of the pie. Without a physio, without good medical, you're not going to stay healthy. If you're not healthy, you can't train. If you can't train, you can't race. So having a good physio, having a good medical team, that's hugely important. And then this other one is sports psychologist. And too many people overlook this category. It's just as important to train your mind as it is to train your body. And I worked with a sports psychologist by the name of Jeff Troche. And honestly, I don't think I would have accomplished the things that I accomplished without him. I was always pretty strong mentally, but I had a tendency to overanalyze things, to sometimes panic and have SOS moments. Jeff Troche helped calm me down, helped channel that energy for good and not self-destructive behavior. So shout out to Jeff Troche. Again, as an amateur, it's hard to afford that necessarily, but as a pro, that was a critical component as I built my team. That's the pyramid. Now you're thinking that this is me, right? No. I'm over here in bed and I'm sleeping, because that's what you need to be doing as an athlete. You need to be resting as much as you possibly can. I wasn't managing the pyramid. I'm in my bed, whether it's in a hotel room before a meet, whether it's in my bed at home and I'm resting for training, there's always another workout coming up. There's always another race to rest for. I needed to conserve energy as much as I could, and that's why I had this guy, my mentor from day one, Sam LaPrey. Sam LaPrey was the gatekeeper. If any one of these people needed to talk to me, when I was resting up, getting ready for a meet, they went to Sam first to say, hey, how's Nick doing? Is it okay if we contact him? Has he turned his cell phone off? A lot of times, during big meets, I would just shut my phone off. So if you needed to get a hold of me, you'd go to Sam. He'd call me, I'd relay messages, but more importantly, he helped keep this pie. He helped keep the pyramid intact and structurally sound. If a sponsor, dropped us, he would be helping the agent find another sponsor. When the head coach got replaced, I mentioned that Coach Gaggs retired. He helped find another coach for me. The mentor is kind of keeping all of the different parts of the machine running, and no one did it better than Sam LaPrey, and that's why I dedicated my book to him. It's why he's my best friend. It's why he's my business partner. He was the gatekeeper so that I could be over here resting and training. Now, there are 101 different ways to build a team, but this is how I built mine. I'm reminded that there's an old adage that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with a team. This was my team, and they took me about as far in the sport as you can go. As I begin this goal of trying to break 11, I'm going to need a team in place, and many of these people are going to fall into place to help me achieve my goal. I'm going to document that, so if you want to see that, make sure you press the subscribe button. First step, I need to find a coach. I think I know the guy just perfect for the job, but I got to ask him if he wants to work with me. So that's another video coming up soon. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Thanks, guys. See you soon.